This is Elizabeth Warren's mantra. Borrow, spend, and then Bernie comes in. He says, "We're gonna terraform and transform this country." And it's all they're doing is saying borrow and spend. And Bernie has raised 800 million since they're the biggest fucking liars. They are such crony, hypocrite criminals. I mean, I would love to see the military take this country over. In my opinion.
This is a good segue. I think Ann brought up a good topic we should discuss in the chat. Mitch McConnell in or around June 14th went into the hospital. He has not been seen or heard from. We don't know. We haven't gotten a check on his life. The story is that if they're able to get past August 3rd, then they don't have to open up the seat for a challenge to be ran. But if we find out that for some reason he's dead, then they would have to open up the seat for election in the fall. So is Elaine Chao and other GOP elites, some of these staffers, propping up a brain-dead Mitch McConnell like it's Weekend at Bernie's just to get past this deadline so they can continue to hold on to their power? What is the story behind Mitch McConnell?
Well, you stole the Weekend at Bernie's show from me. The question is, and everybody's going to hate my response. If you don't, you should. The question is, how secure is his Republican seat? How secure is that district? If they do call a special election, would another Republican be is it an easy win for Republican?
But I'm confused because isn't Andy Barr won the primary? Wait, and to succeed him? Like, didn't that already happen? So I'm confused with the logistics on this. So the general election's in November. So you're saying they'd have it. How would they have a special? They're going to call a special election
because
they have an election in November.
No, because there's a time limit. If he's away, if he's incapable, my understanding is if he's incapable of serving, like Joe said, the cutoff date is what, August 3rd. So if he's alive until August 3rd, then they wait for the November election. And I guess it's a vacant seat or somebody fills in. I don't know what happens. Joe, you probably know better. But if he kicks it before August 3rd, then by Tennessee law, they have to call the special election and fill that seat. So that's my understanding of it.
Who won the Democrat primary there? I'm going to look this up.
Yeah. In the meantime, I just want to address the bullshit that Trent said. Yes, both Democrats and Republicans have concerns about CEO salaries. On the Democrat side, except the extremely concerning or extremely important is 71%. On the Republican side, it's 32%. And on the Democrat side, they want government regulations, whereas Republicans say, no, the boards and the companies themselves should address this and not have government intervention. So once again, his whole capitalism is failing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
Alan, we have a hospital group here called Lurie Children's Hospital, which is internationally and well known, but they just stopped doing trans surgeries in early 2026. So I looked up how much they get in Medicare, Medicaid every year, $1.5 billion, and the CEO makes $2.5 million a year. Don't you think that some of these health groups and healthcare executives, they should lower their pay to maybe $400,000, $250,000 until we can balance the books, until we can have a balanced budget? Because Medicare, Medicaid is suffocating this country, and the outcomes and results are horrible. There's no ROI. It's all about fucking making money. It's a fucking scam.
Yeah, but see, I'm the reason why in that particular case they need so much money is because in the back of their mind they realize that they are heartless, sadistic butchers cutting the tits and dicks off of teenage boys and girls, and the only way they can live with themselves without putting a bullet through their brain is by having that excess money to buy cheap trans hookers for themselves who gimp them out and regularly beat them. So they need that money. So it's actually a benefit to Medicare that they're charging, that they get paid that much money.
Well, thanks for
So I
explaining
just
that, Alan.
looked this
That
up
was
in Kentucky.
His
His
unexpected.
name is
Thank you.
Charles Booker, who would be running against Andy Barr
Charles Booker. Oh
for
my
that
God.
seat. And it'll be the first black rep. He's a state Senate, no, House member, sorry. And he'll be the first black to ever be a nominee, is the first one to be a nominee in the state of Kentucky.
Oh
And
my
he's a
goodness.
conservative?
No, he's the Dem. He's not a conservative.
And who's the Democrat?
A really good guy. He's a member of Congress, Andy Barr, that is now running.
Well,
Is he white or black?
Andy Barr? He's white.
shouldn't we applaud Mitch McConnell's willpower? Because even in that feeble condition where he couldn't even speak and he's mumbling, he's still got the willpower, the drive to march through those halls on Capitol Hill and assert his authority.
Yeah, people give him a hard time for being a rhino. But the Supreme Court, as we see it now, is of us the ability to fight all of this left-wing USAID corruption, woke governmental BS.
Are you
So
shitting me?
Fauci has like 90%.
I presided over the USAID fraud for fucking 30 years.
9% for Booker.
Alan, I don't know where you're. I hope you're being facetious again, like you were with the trans doctors, but
No. I mean, and it was, oh geez, what was his name? Poor guy committed suicide. Oh, I forget his name now.
You're talking about
Like a guy on this app. There's a documentary about Mitch McConnell, the Supreme Court, the whole controversy around Merrick Garland, and how he saw what the Democrats did with Judge Bork, all of the BS that they were pulling over the years, and he essentially was laid in wait for years, waiting for the time when he could just screw it back to the Democrats, and he did. That's why Trump we'd have one less conservative justice on the court, if not for Mitch McConnell, anyways, that's it. So yeah, I know everybody hates him. Once Trump got in, he fought against Trump. He hasn't supported Trump. Yeah. I understand that. Okay, but still.
Hello, Moto.
well, his daughter hates his fucking guts. So if that says anything about daddy-daughter relationship, but his daughter, according to TMZ, has deleted her account on X because in the past she was bad mouthing her own father. And I'm just saying that's probably an indicator that he is no longer with us. And like you said, he's probably on a forced respirator. And his political allies and associates are saying, just keep that pump going. Just keep the electrical stimulants plugged in to keep hope alive.
Well,
Now going to talk to the CCP official just 3 days after he was put into the hospital. We don't know anything about health, and his wife's over there talking to communists. It's very suspicious.
Abby, I didn't quite hear. So is the Republican heavily favored?
Heavily favored. I've just been looking at all the different polls that are coming up. Yeah, heavily favored. Like 48 to 36 or something like that.
Yeah, then my only caveat would be is if it's better for that Republican, if it's better if they hold the election, hold a special election, or whether it's better to wait. In some ways, if there's any close votes coming up, it would be. I would think it would be better to have a Republican in that seat.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Being a no vote,
But it's going to be about turnout, Alan. Like on a special election, it's would be that would be defining on it.
Gave life support, no pun intended, to the Massey crowd, where they think Massey could run as an independent and try and play spoiler.
That would be amazing. I don't know if any of you know this, but I'm running for the Chicago February 23rd, 2027 election, and I have a Kalshi listing, and if you want to buy and you want to invest, and I win, you will make 1,001 on your odds. Every dollar you bet on John Kitover on Kalshi could net you $1,000 in profit. Who else here knows of 1,000, ROI? You could vote. I mean, you could bet on the other candidates. The best they got is 150 to 1 on the current mayor. The current mayor has a 3% approval rating in Chicago, and his odds of winning are 150 to 1. But I'm 1,000 to 1. I'm a long shot. Abby, what do they call a long shot at the racetrack?
a long shot.
You're actually on Kalshi. Your name's on the betting market, Kalshi.
What did I stutter?
I'm impressed. That's for you.
Did I stutter?
John, do you have a podcast? Hello? What do you think, Alan? Come on. No, I don't know. I forget. I don't remember. He probably has like 10. No, not how many burner accounts, an actual podcast.
You're not a subscriber to his YouTube? I thought everybody was. I am.
Okay.
You still hungry, Wallace?
All right. Well, then he's found
Thank you.
he's found his perfect niche. He just needs to keep going around and entering in these elections, and getting himself on the ballot. That's your claim to fame.
I'm not on Kalshi. Just talking about it and putting it onto YouTube is all the work you need. No, but July 6th.
Who's giving me the thumbs down?
July 16th is when I can officially file, and I can start collecting petition signatures. I'm optimistic that I can get on the ballot, but it is 15,000 signatures. It's a lot of fucking signatures.
Are you finished with your case, though? Has that been adjudicated fully?
Adjudicated? It's a bunch of slander and libel by Darren LaHood's attorney. There's no investigation.
Well, I'm just asking, is it over?
It never began, dumbass. It's fake news, you fucking schmuck. It's Marshall Rankin.
You were being investigated. I'm just going off what you told me.
I didn't say I was being investigated. The attorney said to the Illinois State Board of Election he should be investigated because he hates my guts because I accused Darren LaHood of committing fraud. So the whole thing's just fucking news, bro. It's just a blurb on a guy's website. It's some fucking amateur newspaper guy with a fucking huge herpes sore on his face. It's not by mainstream news.
Jeopardy.
Listen, Kwame Raoul, the Attorney General, he gets $500 million a year. It's not enough for him. He sues Donald Trump all day long. That's all he does. These people waste all our fucking money suing the federal government. They're fucking traitors. They're losers. We need to send the military in and crush these sanctuary cities and do it quick. Hello?
I know people kind of chuckle at John. However, local politics is just like this. It's just people run. It's corrupt. It's like this throughout the entire country. Y'all know that, right? Like, it's elites within these certain circles in states and cities, and that they won't let people that are new blood into those circles unless you've gone through the ritual to enter into the good old boy system of upper tier politics. That's the reality of it. People laugh at John, but it's like,
I knocked doors for John.
Y'all really need to know how corrupt local politics really is.
And when I ran for Congress, I got hundreds of write-in signatures. So that means I actually psychologically, mentally connected with hundreds of people through X and Instagram and YouTube. And they wrote my fucking name in all across the 16th district because they hate Darren LaHood. And whether it's Democrats who sign my name or Republicans, it doesn't matter. People are not happy with the current politicians. They're being lied to. We've had vaccine wars and military-industrial complex wars, and we're $40 trillion in debt, and your property taxes are up fucking 400% in 20 years or even more. This is fucking unfair. And it's bullshit. We need to file fucking bankruptcy at the state level and at the federal level and get all this taxation off of our fucking backs. And the big beautiful bill gives $500 billion a year in tax credits to Apple, to Microsoft, to Google, so you can pay your income tax and pay corporate fucking tax for them. It's fucking bullshit. Hello?
Anyone's success in business or in politics is based on creating a vision and your ability to engage other people in that vision. So what you just saw, however he did it, John got hundreds of people to sign their name to say, I'm not going to go with the people whose names are printed on this list. I'm going to write his name in. So that is something. I commend you, John. But the difference between what you're doing or I won't even say that, the difference. We can look to someone like Elon Musk. He's a trillionaire now because he's been able to convince people with millions of dollars to give him their millions. That's what he did. They now believe in his vision because he was able to communicate that effectively. And that is why someone like Elon Musk gets lots of money in bonuses. It's that simple.
John, what did you need to qualify under federal law?
It's not federal law. It's called the Illinois. It's called the Illinois State Board of Elections. It's not federal law. I'm answering you. Hello? Hello? I heard your question, Abby. Hello? Hello? Well, you're framing it, okay? Just ask your question without your frame. I'll tell you the number. Or you could Google it. Tell you what, why don't you just Google it and get yourself the number, Dr. Abby.
Just ask you the question.
Let me give you my response. I spent $3,000 on my campaign, and guess how much Darren LaHood is going to spend on his campaign? $3 million. $3 million from Aetna, United, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Abby, it's 1,500 signatures. It's not sensitive. I'm just, it's an obnoxious, pointless question.
Qualify under federal law?
It's not federal law, Abby. It's called Illinois State Board of Elections, and it's based on the previous year's percent. Have you ever run for Congress, Abby? Or you're just a professional gabber? Never mind.
No, I have not run for Congress. Why don't you ask the question?
You said 1,500.
I'm curious, Abby, why were you asking the question? I'm not asking that. I'm asking that as an inquiry because I had a gut feeling on why you were asking the question, and I want to confirm if my gut instinct was correct.
I was just asking the question of how many signatures are needed to qualify as a candidate. You have, in an average congressional district, you have, what, you have to have 750,000 residents. So, and how many are registered voters of the 750? And of those registered voters, how many do you need on, if you enter into a race via a, a petition with signatures, how many do you need? That was just ask the question.
I got the feeling that you were going to be more helpful to him, but then he made it difficult.
Well, what's funny is this slander, libel, and defamation that John Kitover committed petition fraud. It actually helps me because without any publicity, I'm just a fart in the wind. But people are still attacking me over this libel, slander, and defamation. You've never even seen the PDF audit by the Illinois State Board of Election where 500, 600 signatures are said to be out of district. Those aren't fraudulent signatures, and they said over 200 were legitimate signatures in district. So it gets very technical, and without any details, all you do is repeat a blurb from a news article by a fat fuck who's an illegitimate journalist.
I just asked a question.
Hello?
How much money do you have to have raised to qualify?
What the fuck are you talking about?
To hit a threshold. How much money do you have to raise to hit a certain threshold to run as a candidate?
Abby, you don't need to raise a certain amount of money to run as a candidate. You could raise $10 fucking and run as a candidate. What kind of question? Are you really an attorney?
Do you have a filing fee, John?
No, Abby, not in the state of Illinois. There's no filing fee to run for Congress.
There's nothing magical about $5,000, John.
Yeah, if you raise over 5,000, there's a magic threshold where now you have to report your donors to the Federal Election Commission and do your quarterly filings, Abby. You never ran for Congress, though, so what do you know about it?
What's the number, Don? $5,000?
Well, I can relate to the corruption of Chicago politics. In New Orleans, we had Mayor Nagin in the 2000s. He served 10 years in prison. And the last mayor, LaToya Cantrell, currently indicted for federal charges. So I'm probably biased with local politics due to this.
Well, there's a lot of like independent little publicists that work in politics. You know, the Marshall Rankins, the Stankins, and the Stefan, Gigglers, and all these weird guys that love to do marketing and publicity and organizing for someone's campaign. And we have special retard candidates, people just like that here in Chicago that you never heard of. And they're even worse than Marshall and Steven because those guys at least are public. But I was recently called out by this little scumbag here in Chicago who does these street corner activist videos because his now ex-fiance went live on Instagram, and she's like, I'm going live on Instagram. She's like, look what he did to my house. He beats me, he abuses me, he abused my mother, and he's screaming, turn the Instagram off. So we screen recorded that, we published that across multiple online news websites, etc. And so he went on the attack against me, And this was my response to him 2 days ago on my Facebook page. I ran an ethical, transparent, and fully documented campaign, live streamed all communication and operations on YouTube and Clubhouse. Hundreds of signatures were labeled out of district, and Darren LaHood's attorney, Paul Fogarty, libeled and slandered me and called me a fraud. I filed a challenge against LaHood's petitions. He was only 100 above the minimum, which was 1550, and the Illinois State Board of Election refused my challenge and never audited his petitions. Darren LaHood is an illegitimate candidate and should be removed from the ballot for fraud. LaHood projected his fraud onto me, John Kitover. And I've seen LaHood's petitions. To me, they look fake as could be. If you live in Rockford, Peoria, Bloomington, District 16, consider voting for Paul Noley, who is a Democrat. But he's young, he's got a family. I met his wife and kids at a debate that LaHood didn't show up to. And LaHood has created 20 trillion plus in debt and is a COVID-19 vaccine genocider and murderer and a liar. John Kitover, mayoral candidate, 2027.
Pretty good, John.
So going back to the federal law, which requires the $5,000, which I put in the chat, did you hit that threshold? That was my question, John. Guess not. So where do you think Mitch McConnell is?
Oh, a hospital is it?
Yeah, but they can't hide a death.
It's hard to in some of these hospitals when it's dealing with elites and named people, you're not going to get leaks out of this stuff. There's probably security that are not letting anyone into or near him. So I don't. Not necessarily is he dead, because we'd probably get a death certificate, but are they keeping him on life support?
Well, wasn't Dianne Feinstein like kind of in the same boat for a period of time? Do you remember? That she was really ill and
Yeah, I remember something about that.
she hadn't voted in months.
And this is what happens. The staffers of these very powerful senators tend to. I mean, the staffers have been running his office already for years before this, and so these people don't want to lose their power. And I don't blame them. You know, I get why they do it, but that Senate position is one of the most powerful positions, if not the most powerful position in America, in my opinion, next to the Supreme Court justice. But shouldn't they have to, like senators and congressmen, shouldn't they have to make a public appearance after a certain amount of time?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I think this came up with Dianne Feinstein, and it was several months. So he's not the first, but I think they can get away with it for a while. I'm trying to think of others that were hospitalized.
We've had recently, just this year, we've had Republican congressmen that have gone off the reservation for like 4 months, not voting and stuff like that. I mean, the numbers are so slim, and these guys, or gals, but it's mostly guys, just disappear, and no signs of life, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they report. We've had 2 of them, I believe, just this year, that went missing for votes for like 4 months. think we have a law. However, it is a law we should put in place. I doubt Congress would ever pass a law to do that, but there should be something after a certain period of time, like 2 weeks or 4 weeks or something at the least, that says they need to make a public appearance.
Well, doesn't it depend whether or not he has a do not resuscitate, with his lawyer or whatever in his estate planning? Does it depend on a DNI? Or what is do not resuscitate, DNR?
There you go. I got an update on it. Look, and I don't know how much y'all trust in Laura Loomer's reporting. I tend to think she has sources that have been reliable and ahead of the curve on a lot of stuff. However, I know she is a shock jock type of journalist. But this is what she's reporting. Mitch McConnell is being kept alive by life support machines, but my White House source told me McConnell is in organ failure. And as I reported, source told me he has allegedly been declared a vegetable, brain dead, by doctors in the White House, has been told McConnell isn't ever coming back. Officially brain dead, organ failure is accelerating, life support machine is keeping him alive, but his brain is officially dead, and his wife, Elaine Chao, has fled the country to China. I wonder if she brought any of his documents or briefings with her to China. That's as of 5 hours ago.
Wow. I mean, so I just Googled Dianne Feinstein was missing for 3 months, from February 23 to May 23. And she missed 91 floor votes. So how long's he been gone from voting?
He was found unconscious in his residency in Washington, D.C. in or around June 14th. It was when I was on my two-week vacation. I remember when this came up. And no one really talked about it here, obviously, but it didn't really start gaining traction until the month changed over. And that's when people started asking questions. We're looking at now, going on 3 weeks. It's three full weeks already. And on to the fourth, So it's like, okay, where's Mitch McConnell at? Leader John Thune came out and this was reported that he spoke to Mitch McConnell right after the incident. This was June 15th. And Thune says McConnell is dialed in after Sunday hospitalization. That was from ABC News. So, yeah, this is the big question, is establishment Republicans hiding McConnell? Because, they're weakening with the losses in the primaries with Bill Cassidy. Tom Tillis is out after he's retired, quote unquote retiring, and John Cornyn. I mean, their wing or caucus, if you want to call it, is that they're getting slimmer and slimmer.
But my point is, she went 3 months. 3 weeks is not as significant. When did they go on break? Did they have a summer break?
It was, I think, the week before, when, right after they had the meeting with Trump, the luncheon with Trump, they went on the summer break.
Laura Loomer says that Elaine Chao, his wife, fled to China, and she questions whether or not she brought any top secret briefings or documents with her. I don't think she probably fled to China, but it's pretty funny that, she says that.
They have video recording of her on stage talking to a communist CCP leader. It was a public event 3 days after he was hospitalized. So that was in or around June 17th.
So she's like a darling because on McConnell's X account, he has in the border he has Harry Reid. Abby knows Harry Reid. I think a Kennedy, and then Joe Biden, and then that fucking Swift boat guy. What's his face? Kerry. Um, so yeah, I mean that's the thing. The uniparty is real, and when you see Michelle Obama with George Bush eating Altoids at the Obama Tower of Lies, giggling and laughing like they're best friends, I mean, if you're a Republican or a Democrat, what are you supposed to think when you see George Bush? If you think he's a war criminal or a vaccine criminal or some type of criminal, macking it with Michelle Obama eating Altoids, like in bizarro clown world it makes sense, but if you are a highly polarized liberal, how do you justify or accept Michelle Obama being best friends with George Bush eating Altoids? Make it make sense. Hello?
You'd be surprised how close friendships are that are blue and red in Washington. It's not as polarized as you want to believe it to be. It's just not.
I know, but not at
Some of
that.
them are roommates.
Why do we have so many Republicans that capitulate, though, largely due to this relationship? That's ultimately kind of what the voters
I don't know, but they're maybe what the voters see, but it's almost like on the ball field. They're on different teams, and then when the game's over and they go into their regular lives, they have friendships. I mean, it's just not as polarizing as the press paints it or people want to believe it. When you, especially the more moderates, they are friends with each other.
Yes, all the anti-Semites are best friends with each other. That's generally how it works.
No, I'm not.
Well, Tulsi Gabbard is friends with a lot of
Saying
anti-Semites,
find often
a lot
the
of
ones
Jew
in the middle.
haters.
Look, there are two members of Congress that I know that are very close. I mean, they go to dinner all the time. They hang there, two guys, and one's a very moderate D, the other's a moderate R. They do a lot of bills together. I mean, it's just not as uncommon as you think.
No, it's obviously, Abby, people are, in person. It's not like I would, Anyways, I'm just saying, in person, people act like real people. And if you want respect and you want to have a nice experience, you better be nice in the real world. But obviously, but I just want to say, Joe, Laura Loomer, wow, like crushing it. Like she outs people like this guy Sneeko. The propaganda is intense out there. You could go into that piece of shit Amir's room right now, and for 127 days, he's every day committed to creating these unsafe, unhealthy, toxic propaganda rooms. I don't think he has any interests outside of that. And the craziest thing to me is, it's like, how can you support justice? How can you justify killing babies? That's what they always go to, and it's like, oh, you didn't know we kill 3,000 kids every day in abortion clinics here in America? Like, you think I'm worried about, blowing up an apartment complex to end the war and have a little security with our neighbors when we kill 3,000 babies in America every day? Do you know who you're fucking with? We slaughter babies 100,000 a month at a time. Like, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, who do these Muslims think they're fucking with? We slaughter babies 100,000 a month.
I think the big news Loomer's reporting is that the White House knows.
She knows a lot of stuff. Like, she definitely has an inside track on stuff.
Yeah, she it's clear she has sources. I've seen her report on stuff, and everyone, and I say everyone, the internet piles on her, and then it comes true months later.
Trump loves her. I mean, she's a good relationship with Trump for a long time.
She's a hard worker. I think that's what it is.
It's very bright.
I think she gets down in the mud too much. She would probably elevate her status more, but it's easy for me to say that when she was one of the first people to be canceled and banned from social media. And I'm sure to a certain degree, you feel like if you don't counter some of this stuff, you lose the narrative and it gets away on you. So you have to, that's the big game of politics, is controlling the narrative. So if you don't counter punch when salacious accusations occur, well, then they just fester and grow. Not in the game. So I do respect the ones, though, that work hard at it, because I know it's not an easy life.
Why did she get canceled? They called her an Islamophobe. Is that the reason that she got canceled?
She was running for Congress when it happened. I mean, her reasoning is different than what the official reasoning is. I think the official reasoning, what was made public, was that she was a lot Islamophobic. But I think her reasoning is that she was blocked out by Republican establishment figures. However, she was never able to. She was one of the first people that was banned and canceled from social media. This was back in the years of 2017, I want to say, 2018, around the same time that Alex Jones got banned too. But she got kicked off before him, I believe, even though he was the largest celebrity that, if you call him that got kicked off at that time. And that was kind of like the big tech was feeling the waters at the time, seeing what they could do, leading up to 2020 when just mass
It was
shadow banning and
it was a coordinated deplatforming, which made it unique. Like, they had never, across all the major platforms, come together and made a prearranged agreement to deplatform Alex Jones across the entire, all the major platforms.
Well, I'm just reading this. She got banned by Uber and Lyft. Do you know about all this?
yeah, ND banked as well.
Yeah.
And also Airbnb. She couldn't rent Airbnbs anymore. Yeah, her account of it's pretty deep. She says you don't really know what it's like living life like that. I feel a little sympathy for her on that aspect.
Banned from PayPal, GoFundMe, and Venmo. Wow.
Well, that's the liberal progressive Democrats at all the major tech companies chit-chatting on Blue Sky, coordinating, doxing, destroying, attacking, whatever they can. I mean, I just got deleted from Instagram by Mark Zuckerberg for my artistic and political opinion. It's ridiculous that they censor us. I mean, thank God on X I can notify Todd Blanche, my local federal attorney general, and say, hey, launch a full investigation into Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, who kissed Donald Trump's ass after he... Anyways, Zuckerberg is a maniacal, incredibly wealthy motherfucker. His main yacht is $600 million, and his follow carry-on support yacht in case of an emergency is another $30 million yacht. But after COVID-19, and he platformed Fauci and helped everybody, take the injections, he created the Zuckerberg Priscilla Chan Inflammation Research Center in Chicago and endowed it with hundreds of millions of dollars to find out how to cure inflammation. How about you don't take an unnecessary injection from Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, which is an experimental genetic modifying chemical cocktail patented in the Bush administration, funded through biological weapon research in the Pentagon. I mean, the whole, how can we even, there will never be any justice for COVID-19 vaccine injections and the millions that were killed upon arrival. I mean, does anybody here know how many people died after the first administration of all the vaccines? It's 2.5 million across the United States of America died on impact from taking that injection. Because these were old people with pre-existing conditions that when they put that cocktail in their bloodstream, they didn't make it. 2.5 million Americans, and this was a global inoculation for the most part. Who knows what they did in Russia or China, really? I mean, maybe those governments didn't do what we did and administered the patented Pfizer cocktail that was patented during the Bush administration. This wasn't like a new vaccine per se. There's so much information about it that it's like impossible to really even have this conversation anymore. People don't like it. People leave because people do have buyer's remorse and they say, I never should have taken it. What was the point? You know? What was the point? It wasn't like going to a candy shop and getting one of those vintage Coca-Cola bottles and chewing on the gum wax, you know. Oh, it was a little sugar, it wasn't so healthy. You know, you could go to Trader Joe's and buy some cotton candy, but when you compare cotton candy to getting an experimental mRNA Pfizer injection, I'd go with the cotton candy 9 out of 9 times. You see what I'm saying? It's just, it was unnecessary. You would have been better off eating cotton candy.
I want to give a little history of the right wing going back to the 80s. There was this guy named Wally George, who was a bombastic, patriotic personality that was on public television in California. And the right wing has always had this type of bombastic personalities. It's an artistic format that allows people to get their messaging out. Rush Limbaugh coming up in 87 and popularized in the 90s. Very similar to kind of what Laura Loomer does. She's bombastic. And even, you know, I know people, the largest misunderstood genius on the app, John Kitover, they don't get the artistic format of it. And it's a rich tradition in the right wing. And it's how we have gotten our messaging out. Some of the most effective people in the right wing have had bombastic, patriotic personalities. And we shouldn't discount them. And we should look at those people as they're delivering messages for the greater good. And it's a lot better and more effective than this stuffy Mitch McConnell. You know, you have to have your hair combed over and there's no laughing or joking that goes on in the Republican Party because that's below us, you know. So I just wanted to put a shout out to the bombastic patriotic messaging.
I don't know, I think having a sense of humor is essential because clown world is dangerous, violent, and disgusting. I could go 2 blocks right now to my local train station and I could ride there's hundreds of homeless men and women sleeping on the train right now. Right now they're probably actually up, you know, all doing drugs and smoking, but they'll be sleeping at 6 or 7 a.m. when all the people get on the train in the morning to go somewhere with a purpose. But the fact that the city has no will of enforcement is beyond belief to me because the budget for the police department is $3 billion and every month we're paying $100 million for pensions. It's like, you got to go to work and get these fuckers off the train, arrest them, and put them in a processing and holding facility and come up with a viable solution, a pathway. I know it sounds like bullshit, but you can't let fucking homeless people live on the trains. So, you know, if you don't want them going back on that fucking train, you got to get them the fuck away from that train and far enough and hold them if they're going to go back to that fucking train. So I'm just saying, everybody here knows common sense. And you have to admit to yourself that we're living in a clown world, sanctuary city type environment. And maybe you don't live in a sanctuary city and your city's well enforced and normal. But in Chicago, for many, many years, it has just gotten worse and more expensive and worse and more expensive. The security just is not there. People are dying on these trains every weekend. 4th of July was extremely violent. And the police, in many ways, are incapable and ill equipped to deal with the problems that we're facing because we have hired so many female police officers. We need fucking thugs with big arms and can bench press 350 pounds, and they can handle themselves militarily. Not that you don't go to the front door like Ella French, who got assassinated, and say, "Where are you from? You're not from around here, huh, boys?" These fucking police officers have no idea they're about to be assassinated. They don't run shit as if they're special ops. They gotta run shit like they're fucking in a third world, war in a city, uh, asymmetric warfare. So, anyways, I'm just saying that be careful out there because America, as you know, is extremely dangerous. And you don't have the ability to go online and buy a gun and ammunition, but hope to God Trump can get that passed. Because if every patriotic American wants to go buy a revolver and 500 rounds of ammunition and have that shipped to their house, maybe with like a Trump 250 seal or something, like why can't Trump? See, that's what we need Trump to do, get the mint and start mass producing Trump pistols and ship those all around the country. That would do a lot of good. That would do a lot of good.
Are you leading us into a new segment, dude?
So, is McConnell dead?
What do they call it?
Brain dead? Vegetable?
Brain dead, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the $1 million question.
Why would his wife? It says she fled to China.
She's being facetious, but who knows? There's who was that other? Oh, Rupert Murdoch. Didn't he marry some Chinese espionage agent? Like the dick wants what the dick wants, but the brain wants, to do not resuscitate.
So is it $5,000? Is Abby? What was she asking you about $5,000?
Oh, she's just saying if you raise over 5K, you have to report your donors. I raised 600 off of Clubhouse and an antidote, so I didn't have to disclose or file additional paperwork with the FEC. It's a lot of fucking work running and having to file all this paperwork and do all your accounting and bookkeeping, etc. But I only raised $600. That's it. And Darren LaHood is going to spend $3 million on this campaign to defeat this little Democrat squirt who probably doesn't stand a chance. I don't personally like him. When I filmed him at a debate, and Darren LaHood didn't show up, but I just got the new Meta glasses. So I have all this like insider footage of him hooting and hollering with all these Democrats at this debate that I did in Rockford. And man, you guys, I don't know if you've ever seen the footage, but they boo me, they hiss me, and then some old woman at the end of it comes up to me, she goes, "Oh, I just realized you're a libertarian." And anyways, I'm just saying it was an experience, probably a waste of my time, but I got the footage of the other candidate, and he's almost raised $1 million. And Ro Khanna endorsed him, and he's getting big Democrat endorsements. But he's a union parasite, and not the brightest tool, the sharpest tool in the shed. But fuck, the younger people are eventually going to have to take over. And Darren LaHood is like a legacy fucker. His dad was in the Senate, or dad was in Congress for since I think I read 95 or a long time. This is a big political, legal dynasty. The hoods are probably worth $100 million. And he's a big vaccinologist, big pusher and endorser. The guy raises $3 million a year from healthcare, and he's like a senior ranking Republican congressman, and he puts out soccer propaganda feel good videos all day. This guy fucking loves soccer. It's like he's living out his dream come true. You know, these Congress people make a lot of money. They're lawyers and they have associates, and their father has this business, and they got that fucking contract, and they're working. They just bought this building and leased it to the GSA. I'm telling you, these people milk the fucking government, and government's broke. There might be a breakaway America at some point that goes capitalist, pure laissez-faire capitalist, in the same way like the British East India Trading Company was kind of like its own country or government, or in the way that Facebook is its own global, country. There could be some type of new America project that the government actually creates, preempting some type of collapse or something because of a financial crisis. It's coming. The '08 financial crisis with Obama was significant. Home prices dropped. They went down 50%. That's fucking a lot. That's $100 trillion in market cap gone. But they reinflated the banks. They let some die and they reinflated the others. Now we have the biggest AI bubble in the world. There's so much debt. It's staggering. So what goes up must come down. Try to strategize yourselves financially, materially. I mean, I'm not like a doomsdayer person. Like, I hope to God my grocery store always has food, but, this isn't Cuba. We still have nuclear energy.
Talking about that, we're on the 18-year housing cycles coming to the peak right now, along with commercial property is, it seems like it, that ever since COVID, we're having a lot of trouble filling office space throughout America. So it's likely that there is going to be a significant issue ahead, coupled with the AI bubble. And my projection would be the rug gets pulled. It'll be in different areas at different times, the housing and the commercial space issue. But sometime in or around 2028, you'll see a rug pull occur, just like they did in 2008. The Democrats are on life support. They need to do this prior to the 2030 census. So be prepared. It's coming.
Well, let us all see come in. That should be perfect.
But I will just draw your attention to my PTR of the world famous Reading Rainbow Trans Story Time with Michael Obama. Many of you doubt my claims that I have proof Michelle is trans, but just think about all the trans propaganda that you've heard throughout the course of your life, and just think for 1 second that it's possible there's a government project or program dedicated to creating a Manchurian candidate to utilize the Protestant ethic and the white structural racist lie that we needed Barack Hussein Obama to save the moral character of this country. He never delivered on that promise and was a war and vaccine profiteer and criminal. Never gave anybody the hope and change he promised them. And all you have to do is go to the great African American trench rooms on this app, the Clown House Ghetto Rooms, and you can hear what some real brothers think about Barry Sorotoro Obama. I mean, just look at that PTR. It's not airbrushed, it's raw, it's authentic. It's not like the glamour photos on the Cosmopolitan magazine you see where she looks like a woman.
there been any updates on Florida woman?
Let me see.
Why did it get so quiet? Why so quiet?
Oh, it's just, I don't know.
What
What'd you
happened?
have, Jeff?
What happened? Why is it so quiet?
There been any updates on the Florida woman in the Walmart parking lot?
Well, I haven't heard any, no.
I used to report stuff with Walmart Florida. I mean, like, what happened now?
Well, we have Dr. Jordan. We have Dr. Jordan Shaw in the audience. And Dr. Jordan Shaw posts some of the cutest animal videos on his Instagram account. Dr. Jordan, it's been so long since we've chatted, Dr. Humperdinck. I'm just wondering if you could come up and tell us your feelings about Donald Trump right now. Also, I wanted to say Michael Cohen, the former attorney for Trump, who did that whole thing with, whatever, Stormy Daniels or whatever, he got a radio show, WLS, I think 560 AM or something, and supposedly he made up with Trump. Isn't that amazing? Trump is a forgiving man. He gives people grace when they probably deserve imprisonment for life. Dr. Stumperdink, Dr. Stumperdink, can you come up and share with us some of your Jewish wisdom?
I want to feature C in this segment. She got so pissed. She asked for a speech that inspired me by Trump, and I gave her 3, and she wouldn't accept any of them.
Who are you talking about?
Who's he talking to?
You.
What? I'm sorry. Say this again. What?
You kept asking when has Trump ever delivered a speech that inspired you. And
You got a speech for me. Oh God. Thank you. I appreciate.
I gave you 3.
No, honestly, I really.
Did you just wait?
No, I'm not being. No, honestly, I really mean it. Like honestly, I'm not trying to fight with you. I really mean it. Like honestly, it's something that you guys.
July 3rd was a good.
Okay. July 3rd. Do you think that was a monumental speech?
Well, my point is, I gave you 3 at the time you asked, and you wouldn't accept. You just kept saying I never gave them to
But
you.
I wanted one, so you thought July 3rd was a monumental speech.
I gave you 3.
No, if you looked over all the presidents
That was me. I gave you that one.
So if you look at all the presidents and all the speeches that have happened in the history of the United States of America, do you really think that the July 3rd speech is the one that you want to represent and suggest that is monumental to me?
We thought you just wanted one, so we just.
I didn't just throw garbage at me. I don't like garbage.
Wallace,
I'm not a garbage. Like that's the thing. I want equality. No. Honestly, when you look over presidents over the 250 years, that's what I was asking. Over 250 years, if you look at all if you look at speeches, that ones that stand out to you, that have stood out.
But hold on. We need a baseline.
How many presidents have
Before we compare this, we need a baseline.
And you give
Yeah, how many presidents have you been through? How many
Hold on,
presidents have you been through, ma'am?
Yeah, but hold on. But we need a baseline. See, did you even listen to the
300.
July
At
3rd?
300 years of age, okay, going on 300.
See, did you even listen to the July 3rd speech by Trump?
I listened to a little bit of it. It was the same redundant stuff that he was. It was not menu. No. I have to. I will give it to you. I did listen to bits of it, but it was the same. It's basically a child. Like it's almost like a child. Have you when you feed a child, they spit out food that they don't like. It's like literally. He's saying the same shit. No, he's spitting out the same shit. It's not monumental. It's not moving.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
So I'm asking
You sound like a child spitting out.
That actually makes you think that he should.
You're not making any sense.
Because he's not.
You're not making any sense. You're spitting out food as a child. You said out of your what's up, bro? You said you did not listen to the whole speech. So before you can say anything, you should ingest the whole speech, then
Don't
regurgitate.
spit on someone else. There's no one.
Okay.
A monumental.
You know everything.
You know.
You know everything.
Words less said. Like Kevin Warsh, he's good. Trump, he's a fucking disaster. Trump is a fucking. No, I asked you for one fucking speech that actually moves you with words, with less.
No one is saying we can agree with everything.
Every fucking day, it doesn't have any meaning. He literally repeats. It's been going on for years. Like monumental speeches. No, the only reason I bring this up in this room is
Okay,
because
ma'am,
we just
tell me something that you disagree
150 fucking years. So I have a right to bring this up in the room. I wanted to see
But
what are the most what.
See, I gave you 3 yesterday when you asked, and you just kept ignoring me. And I gave you the dates, the names of the speeches, like what the occasion was, and you just wouldn't listen. You just kept screaming, I asked for one speech. It's like it was given to you. The State of the Union in 2025. Or sorry, this year, 2026.
Okay, ma'am, tell me one thing that you disagree with, just one. And I hope I get your pronouns correct, ma'am.
You're muted right now. You gotta unmute.
Hello? 2 tears in a bucket. Fuckets. Are you guys actually enjoying listening to this screeching and hollering rose bush here? She's all thorns. There's no rose. Give us a poem, C. Can you pull up your favorite poem? Just go on Google, type it in, and just read us a poem, because I think at this time, 1 a.m, listening to you screeching as my brain is creating a massive aneurysm migraine, well, it's just generally not how I like to go to sleep. I like to relax my central nervous system, think about the blood flowing through my body as my right arm, my left arm, and my legs relax and deeply relax. And I take the deepest breath of the day. And I let the blood flow through my body as I deeply relax. And I prepare for blissful sleep as me and Ivanka go to Israel, get married under the chuppah, the King David Citadel Hotel. And Ivanka and I have 10 children, 10 beautiful little orange Trump babies to repopulate the Middle East after what's coming. Because most of you think that peace is on the horizon. But I've got bad news for you. World War III has already started. And it's just a matter of time before it escalates. It's like a zit. You ever have a zit on your face and you kept picking it and then it turned into a cyst? And you had to go to a dermatologist to have it surgically removed because you wouldn't stop fucking with it? Oh, that's what's going on.
I have a poem for the room. See, that's I guess C doesn't have a poem. If y'all mind if I read a poem?
Please, John.
On her way to work one morning, down the path alongside the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with dew. "Oh, well," she cried, "I'll take you in. I'll take care of you. Take me in, tender woman, take me in. For heaven's sake, take me in, tender woman," sighed the snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk, and laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in and had been revived. "Take me in, tender woman, take me in. For heaven's sake, take me in, tender woman," sighed the snake. She clutched him to her bosom. "You're so beautiful," she cried. "But if I hadn't brought you in, by now you might have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed and held him tight. Instead of saying thanks, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, tender woman, take me in. For heaven's sake, take me in, tender woman, sighed the snake. I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, but why? And you know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Sounds like my ex-wife. And I've been married 140 times. See, back in the day, there was nobody called trans, they just called them trannies. Trannies. There was no trans, like transformative. No one's changing into anything. You are what you are. You can only put on so much airbrush in the photos for long, till the truth comes out. And then you pose for a reading rainbow. Trans story time. To teach the kids the truth. That when you are so brainwashed, and MK Ultra, it's been proven. The CIA ran MK Ultra. They say it was the most dangerous medical experiment ever done. But I say, have they heard of the COVID-19 vaccine response? Operation Warp Speed and beyond. Warp Speed. Commander Riker, take us into Warp Speed. Inject everyone. I mean, basically what I realize is all you can do is complain because you are witnessing in clown world a blob that all you can do is just like complain to the blob because this is civilizational. You know, just all you got to do is get on a plane and fly over America, and you're like, damn, it's a lot of motherfuckers. It's a big, connected country. And we got Alaska and Hawaii and Puerto Rico. Hello?
I think the conductive network of fungus spores under the ground crossing the nation is more interesting.
Well, Clubhouse is just that. We're just weed spores, aka a tree, leaves on a network of branches. And, you know, there's these little radical leaves that float around that say, this tree is structurally white racist, and I'm not happy about it, and I'm going to complain to the blob. And then you got other people on here who will complain about the complainers and say, all you do is complain and say the same thing over and over again. Get some new material. But then autumn comes, and all the leaves start to die. And that one structural white racist leaf gets another booster and says, it's racist. And all the leaves fall off and winter sets in. And then spring comes about. Little buds start coming out, new little communists, new little socialists, liberal, pluralist, Democrats. Every spring, the new Democrat buds come out and start complaining again. Structural white racism, neo-colonial settler. You know, it's like, have you ever tried to start an e-commerce store on Shopify? Have you tried to do anything other than repeat your complaints on the internet Have you tried to do anything productive that could be transformative for your life? Are you investing in yourself? Hello?
My neighbor has one of those businesses, and she's highly dependent on China, and she's fucking miserable.
Well, Amazon really dominates. Amazon is just dominating. Littlest items, those huge warehouses outside of every major city, and it's on demand. You can get it the same day. And the driver is always an illegal alien. How does that work? How do we have illegal aliens that aren't picking oranges, but they're dropping off Amazon packages? We need to
Why
draft
is the white guy named Brad?
Viking Brad, the children's insurance claim denier at the largest multi-billion Medicare Medicaid.
No, not that Brad.
Do you think Viking Brad reads off of like an AI prompt, like he's looking at ChatGPT as he's vociferously?
Yo. No, not gonna talk about my brother.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about.
It's just a question about AI. We're living in an AI bubble, Kay. It's the AI.
Sorry, bro.
It's the age of
Not
AI.
gonna talk about my brother. No.
You on that Hennessy AI? The Courvoisier AI. You know what they call a Hennessy Courvoisier on the rocks?
Look here, I'm gonna tell you something right
Tap
now.
that ass.
I always been cool with you, but you're not gonna talk about my brother. Now, that's like if someone is speaking bad about you and you're not here, I would stand up and say, hey, don't talk about him.
Well, you know what happens when you speak of the devil? Somebody texts that person, and then they come in the room, and they, like, this is what Marshall Rankin
No,
does.
you're not gonna talk shit about Brad.
No, I've moved on to Marshall Stankin. I'm moving on to Stankin Rankin.
Yeah, come on, I didn't mean to do that.
If I say Marshall Rankin, he will appear, because somebody will text him and say, "Is the kid over fucking talking shit about me again?
Well, that's
Mind
not
me!
fine.
Kick him!"
That's not my brother.
No, you ain't gonna talk about Marshall. I stick up for Marshall.
He's a saint. He's like a clubhouse saint. He
He
has.
gave me his horn, so he's
He
not
get
good.
what? He has sainthood status on this app. I think it's because people know he's on the spectrum and disabled and a door knocker making $1,200 a month for
Shut up.
Congressman
No, he's
Garcia.
not.
He's not. He dropped out of college. He doesn't even have a degree. He's a pseudo historian.
There's a whole lot of people that dropped out of college that don't have a degree and very successful.
Well, he's a ballot harvester.
Talk about.
Ballot harvesting is like one of the lowest forms of the political food chain. I'm just saying, when you look at my PTR, do you see trans story time? Do you see it? The reading rainbow, reading rainbow.
Yeah, why do you have that picture? I was curious.
Because this is an unpublished photo of Michelle doing a trans story time at the new Obama propaganda tower of lies and despair.
Fuck this. I'm out of here. All right, see you later, feed. Wallace. Alan.
RJD.
Please.
KP's just not a fan of my artwork. KP, this is just art. Oh. See, the best way to experience Ayn Rand is not just orgasmically. It's as if you're at an art museum and you walk into an exhibit that really disgusts you. But you go in and you immerse yourself and you come out completely gaslit the whole time. And then you realize the joke's on you. Meaning that you took it seriously and didn't view it as art because your criticism, you're as a critic, you were incapable of wanting to write an essay. And said, fuck it. I got the fuck it. I'm out of here.
I'm just surprised by how many people are on this app that talk shit, however, which is most everybody, talk shit on this app, however, are so sensitive when someone makes a comment back to them.
Well, I think people want people to be polite and nice, but I mean, everybody knows I live stream all this on YouTube, so it's like my purpose is to have fun. I think I'm fully transparently retarded. And yes, people complain I invade their privacy, but in my defense, if no one here is unworthy of, not being mocked. Everybody's worthy of mockery here. And that's why I asked. A lot of people are reading off of AI, and it sounds to me like people are reading scripts on here. And people get good at reading a script and making it sound as if they're talking to you authentically, which they're not. Many people on this app have lost the ability to even have a normal conversation because they are reading AI to each other. And so we have created perfect slaves, cell phone slaves. Why do you think they call it a cell? These are prisoners, and they have a beta orbiter, Samsung or Apple, mind controlling their whole existence. Their whole life is a screen. And so sometimes when I go out with a beautiful woman and her whole existence is just completely dominated by that orbiting cell phone, and she can't have any mindfulness to be in the moment and have a loving relationship with you because she's in more of a relationship with her cell phone than she is with herself or with her partner. So it's like we have created AI. It's your cell phone. And if you are living in the prison cell of it, it got the genie in the bottle. It worked. So part of liberation cell phone theology is to open up your window and hold your cell phone out and take a selfie and say, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Did you come full circle? Now you can talk about MK Ultra again. I welcome our AI benefactors and embrace the mindless life I shall now lead, completely controlled by their benevolent, watchful eye.
Well, Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man, if you're like Dr. Octopus,
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock, that guy could have like 20 cell phones with his octopus arms, So he could do a lot of live streaming, podcasting with all those tentacle arms. But when he would go out into polite society, he would retract those tentacle arms. And, he was just the coolest doctor around. Hello?
Wallace, I just wanted to say last week, I think it was, Anna Polina Luna was having a congressional hearing asking a high-up CIA agent about MK Ultra, and they admitted on the record that it's likely that it did continue long after the original MK Ultra, like, around the 1960s.
Joe, what you mentioned, yeah, Zach did catch that, and yeah, a lot of stuff's being released, which it should be. Like, we shouldn't be calling each other crazy and stupid when most of this stuff is true.
This is like
big story breaking. It was today, didn't it start today? The Tyler Robbins pre-trial hearings. Have you all been following it?
Yeah.
Hear that?
Who is Tyler Robinson and what is he? Shot Charlie Kirk. Oh, that
Well, there's a guy on X called Diligent Denizen who has a big following, and I don't know if you know this stupid bitch named Maze Love, who claims she used to work for Goldman Sachs but is retired. They hold regular, huge Jew hate roast rooms, and they do believe that Mossad assassinated Kirk using, I guess, his lapel microphone. And today, the judge viewed, I guess, a never released video of the impact, and he flinched. But they're saying that, yeah, they're saying that it's like, oh, Fed slop. I hate when I hear people, it's all Fed slop. It's like, I find it strange that Kash Patel would basically ruin this fucking kid's chance at a fair trial by releasing like damning evidence, the fact that he took the dad's gun and the text messages. It's like, how are you going to get a fair trial when you bias a jury and bias all of society, right? And Kash Patel is dating this spicy Israeli chick. I mean, espionage is real. Sabotage is real. We have real traitors like Barack Hussein Obama, who literally fucking did espionage against Donald Trump, and it's not very ethical. So we have an ethical problem. And I'm just saying, if you like soccer, man, you've got to be depressed. That's just my opinion. Maybe you're married to a super rich chick, but she's not that hot, and she's an alcoholic. Even though she's super rich, you're still watching soccer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out with Candace Owens. I've been following the pushback on her for a long time. There's an account I follow on X. I should have had the name prepped with who. Oh, I got it right here. Cinema Shoga. This guy has been watching and following all the conspiracy theories that Candace spins over these months on months regarding this, and it's more fascinating to watch the pushback on the kids actually follow Candace for actual podcast. But what are all these listeners that have bought into her? I mean, she's never shown a linking connection. She just advocates for the truth. She's searching for the truth behind this. It's clear propaganda. It's clearly designed to get inmates believing that she has some sort of information that the feds will hold back. She never shows anything. She never comes through with concrete evidence or proof. And it's a lot of it's just catfighting the whole time. You can really see parallels between like shock and compared to like newscast, like actual hard facts and newscasts. She's clearly gone into the realm of shock, conspiracies, and lies, and so many people buy into it. Not just if it's like immediately when I heard her starting to spend this stuff, I could get the sense that it was all fabricated for the clicks and views. So many people don't see through it, they buy into this shit. I guess maybe it's because we've been lied to so many times, it's harder to get what's yours.
Well, Laura Loomer says that people are in a Candace Owens cult, and my first day at the Treasury, the guy that hired me in the who eventually became a senior manager, he loves Candace Owens, like the darling. And I think a lot of it is just because like her narrative fits like this Jewish conspiracy, Jew hate narrative. The thing is, if you go to Israel and you really get to know Israelis, I mean, they're like associates to like American Jews. Like they are their own thing. In the same way that an Arab is his own thing. They're Israeli Jews are like basically Arabs, you know, a different variety. Um, but anyways, two planes can't bring down three skyscrapers, and Shel Silverstein made out like a bandit. And if you really think two planes brought down three skyscrapers, I mean, I'm just saying, America fucked George Bush fucked this country. Him and Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, who's now dead. Uh, they set us up for failure, not strategic success, not tactical success, not military success. And I like Pete Hegseth, but he just fired this West Point, you know, 5-star superstar. The media is saying, oh, he's the greatest fucking Ranger that's ever lived. And I've met a lot of West Point guys, and they're not very humble. A lot of these guys walk around like they're fucking George Washington, and a lot of them are successful, and they work in healthcare, and they work in the military industrial complex, and they got great lives, and they're super wealthy. I'm just saying that the media loves to stir the pot, and you know, it's there's so much data out there. It's a never-ending stream of information. Eventually, you got to pick and choose your information battles, because the content that these politicians put out every day by the hours, they're just pumping out content. And so the terror is that our leaders are not leading. They're basically just low grade content creators. They don't really do anything. So why are we funding these criminal liberal progressive Democrat politicians who all they do is spam us with fucking videos on our cell phones? Like, the real world is not real anymore. It's all just fucking videos. That's not the basis of a fucking economy. The Chinese have an economy. They actually make all the fucking products. The cell phones, the fans, the beds, the mattresses, the car. Like, you
Dude,
know,
I love your bingo. Love you. Keep going. You're going on. About time someone makes common fucking sense. Thank you. About fucking time.
Hello? What's up, C?
No, I want him to continue. Like, honestly, like, keep going, dude. You're right on. You are point on. All this other shit it's all propaganda marketing. If you have a marketing plan, no company will fucking meet their sales revenues if they can't deliver. This president did not fucking deliver at any fucking thing that you guys voted for. So keep going. It's nice to hear, because this is the whole thing is a propaganda machine. That's it's literally like you can market, you cannot market. That's money just you guys are it's twisted.
You close
That's
the
the whole
border.
thing. Honestly, so keep going with it. That is the reality of what is happening, has happened. That is why y'all voted for this.
He closed the border.
from you guys. We learned
No. You have a marketing man that fucking, fired people on fucking TV. Like, honestly, like, stop the madness. This is getting, like, way out of control. Like, it is, like, literally, like, it is fucking, he's the best marketing propaganda machine ever made. But the problem is, he doesn't deliver a goddamn fucking thing.
He closed the border.
That shouldn't have been a problem in the first place. I agree with that. But that doesn't mean he's like Mr. I do like that he put. There's things that. Look, every president that I think in history that I could say that things have happened, but the amount of damage that he's done does not make up for this. Like, I don't see anything. It's not. This is bullshit.
What damage
Honestly,
they
honestly, we are the country. We are losing. I'm sorry, it's making me really angry. Because I also know, like, how much they're fucking up around, like, everything. Like, no, it really, it's fucking driving me nuts. Like, the thing is, like, you guys sit there and say, he goes, like, he literally is a marketing propaganda machine. He doesn't deliver, he doesn't care, he doesn't give a shit about any of this. No, but I mean, like, this is
What damage have we done?
well, we are losing our market. Yeah. You guys are missing the fucking boat. And that's the real. The time will rise. Both we like he literally we cannot fucking afford to fuck up right now. Because we cannot because it's really serious now. That's all it is. No one is like you guys just wanna I don't give a shit. Like, he is not a dominant. He's not a president. He should not be a fucking officer. No, this man is not. He's not a presidential that was elected. So we need to make sure that we make sure that our vote, we make sure our nation is strong. And we will. Because I'm still here. It's goddamn. That's what's gonna happen. Because goddamn. You guys gotta get your shit together and fucking realize put your heads together and realize the reality is this man does not fucking need access. It's a fucking Fox News weekend fucking news reporter. Why would you suggest that? That's a bad thing. I didn't know you said that. It's almost like this is comedy. This is comedy, right? I'm in a comedy show. Okay, I forgot. This is a joke, right? We are making comedy.
You want see how
No, but PDAC, the death that PDAC, that's just kidding me. I mean, seriously? I mean, yeah, racist. Like, I mean, he had he was like, I mean, seriously, like, you guys are going back to your conversation. You guys are doing but I see my advice. But I will not accept your fucking low levels of tolerance, of respect for our fucking country when you suggest peace access and anything that is not acceptable in this country because it's a goddamn fucking reality. Grow the fuck up, children.
See, let me ask you a question. With all the damage that Trump has done to the country, she left. I wanted to ask her if the MAGA voter, if the MAGA voters should be re-educated. I want to get her on the record.
So I would ask, she's definitely where the man is, and if not, why? I want to think about something that she is normal. What is she? Judging it off. I want to know what's normal.
Well, that question doesn't incorporate what's going on in her personal life. And as you all just witnessed, we probably just communicated with a highly intoxicated woman. And so when people say, I want things to go back when things are back to normal. Well, that's like saying your health is going to return to you when you're 800 pounds and on the way out. It's just never coming back. Like, I went to the gym today. I saw a guy so obese. I was like, thank God you're here, but good Lord, like, sir, like, look at Princessia here, a cute Muslima woman who, went viral for saying horrible things against the Ashkenazic, elevator population. Princessia, you're so quiet. I'm just wondering, did you watch the soccer match today?
I watched and then I went to sleep before the game ended. What happened? Did we lose?
Well, Diego ripped his shirt off and ran across the soccer field, and he had 888.com tattooed on the back because, since Alvin Bragg raided his Bitcoin laundromats, he's had to do some promotional marketing jobs.
Alright, C's back. Damn it, she left again.
She's so upset.
She won't let me ask.
There she is. See?
This is the elevator girl
Hey,
on the YouTube
Hold
video?
on.
With that gentleman at the elevator?
No, seriously. Look, with all the damage Trump has done.
What the
Hold on, Wallace. Look, see, with all the damage Trump has done, should the Trump voters be re-educated? Should they have to be put through a re-education camp with all the damage they've done to this country?
That's a really weird question. I don't even think that we even have the school or the people that could actually it's really fucked up. I mean, this is a good question. I really honestly don't. I honestly think that it's so sad that what we're doing right now is just lying to each other. Like, you're just literally propagating fucking bullshit lies, and we're just like spitting them out your mouth or out your mouth, and like literally people are grifting, and the markets are shifting. It is so fucking crazy. You gotta question whether or not the market's gonna fucking tank. And no, honestly, that's the thing, is when you get so deregulated and people, it's not about like whether or not the people are so like, they don't know what to, and I actually, like, I'm not like, actually, like, there's certain things that Trump, like, I'm there's certain, like, I'm a Republican at heart, so the whole thing is like, but we are so turned into habits, I don't know how to undo it. And I'm really sad about it, because I really don't know how it's going to spin out. And that's the problem that he's created. And this is a great way for a 1920s fucking, like, seriously, like,
Well, see,
do not interrupt me. I mean, all of
hello?
you, like, on the stage, like,
She was about
like,
to
this is
explain
not
how she does want a re-education camp.
honestly, the amount of money that's being moved from country to another, we literally are putting ourselves in. The reason why, like, the Constitution was created is because they understood the ability to, like, to make sure that people were not compromised, distorted, in good positions to be, power, to be placed in places that they shouldn't, so they couldn't even speak about it. We don't even know. We have lost control of our government. Like, literally, like, when you sit there and say, like, no, literally, you don't know what. No, I'm not acting. I mean, really, I'm simple. I watch, like, the financial market, and I'm watching the yen. I watch the yen, and compare it to the dollar. And I'm watching it, and it's literally, we are literally, like, everyone that is not, you guys just want to clean this person, but the thing is, you make a fragile when you're actually, when you don't know what's going on. We don't know what the fuck is happening right now, because we are so, we are, we are literally in a fragile situation, because other countries have more money in our country than you know. And literally, like, and you guys are naive and thinking that's the whole thing. And you guys sit there and say, oh yeah, he's so great. Like, yeah, well, you just, stop the noise. The reason why things actually, there's a reason why the pyramid, like, because you want to have sex. So I understand it moves slowly and all that shit, but this is extraordinarily outrageous, and we are compromised as a country. And
let me ask you a follow-up, see, real quick. Shouldn't the Trump voters be punished for everything they've done to cause harm to this country?
Why would I punish? No.
Should we round up those Trump voters and punish them?
No.
Why? They control our country.
No, that's wrong. Let's stop this shit. That's weird. You're like creepy. That is so fucking sick. I mean, that is exactly. We should not be providing money. It's going to be Okay, we should not. We're not American people have health care. Stop it. Stop the madness. The Ukraine's winning the Russian war. Okay, stop the fucking bullshit, the noise. Bullshit. No, no one that voted for Trump should not be bothered. No, they can. And I'm not saying Trump, like, look, he thinks he's wrong. He can steal all the gold of America, okay? I have said for a moment, you know, John and Eric, go in there and take all the gold. Take it all. Take all the gold from America. We don't care because we will be great. We don't need, like, that's the thing. That is, it is not because of Trump. It's because what fucking America does. Just get the fuck out and start thinking about how we can fucking be a good country. Okay? That is my point. And I don't want anything happening to them. They can take all the fucking gold. They can give it all to you, kids, you children. I don't give a shit. But just fucking make sure that we are strong and we don't need to be killing other people for no reason and starting wars for no fucking reason. It's not. And you guys sit around and talk, you go to forums to like fucking like say the word. You're fun. You guys are that killing. You're fucking bullshit. You're fucking all of you are bullshit. Oh, you're like, he's not gonna have it. But then you guys got this fucking you guys continue to like allow this to happen. Stop the madness, dude. Stop it. We are grateful. We should be so proud. He's not someone to be proud of, but you guys voted for him, and he will get out. He will be removed. He will be gone. I don't give a shit what he wants. He's gonna be, he has 2 more years of, you know, whatever happens to Trump, I have no point in this. But the thing is, what we do as a country is to make sure that we survive and people are happy. And we're not like all safe. I mean, so the thing is, like, I don't want any, you know, I don't want anything, you know, because you can, as I said, let it take all the gold. Let it rob of all the gold. John and Eric, those that never got part of the birthday party, they can go in and take all the gold from the United States of America. They can take all the money, rob all. I don't care. But we will be better because we've just pulled that. That's no because like the bullshit. So like no, I'm not saying any voters go to well, I mean anyone at work or you know, I mean anyone that's you're gonna jail, you know, you're gonna jail too. Yeah. Because I'm not I'm being about that.
Hold on, see, let me ask you a question real quick. If you had the opportunity to kill baby Hitler before he became Hitler, would you kill baby Hitler?
No. That's the most like, how could you even have a question like that? I'm sorry, I don't think it's hard to look at it. Honestly, like, I mean, honestly, I don't even like, really, like, wow. So are you suggesting that you compare Trump to Hitler? Because that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. I mean, that's your, like, I wasn't suggesting that Trump is Hitler. So you're suggesting that Trump is Hitler? Because I wasn't suggesting that. No, you didn't say Trump. You said Hitler, not Trump. No, like what? What we were talking about. Now you're suggesting. No, I'm talking. You cannot track, brother. The thing is, the reality of the conversation is the fact that we're talking about our future and the government, like the restrictions. The thing is, like, I don't want to wait. So what was your answer? Was it yes or no? I'm not sorry. Did I ask you to consider me? No, I didn't ask you. You're welcome to answer. You love me. Yeah, have you? You said no. You said no.
I would kill the Lord thing.
What do you say, Steve? Oh, she's calling out she's having we're gonna hurt her. We should like really, I can stop. I'm just gonna
I'll just keep ramming it up one question at a time. Just let me have those questions. Let me get through all this stuff.
Let me cook. I can choose.
No, you have got to. Oh my gosh,
She's having an anxiety attack.
It's Tuesday morning.
Very
Dude, my mom responds the same way. Dude, it's crazy listening to her because my mom does the same shit, and it's hard for me not to laugh because it's my mom. So I sit there and try to be serious and not feed into that whole thing. But you can see how she like feeds herself. So you don't even have to feed her. And I hope she comes back, and we should take it easy because it sounds like she's gonna
She
have a
will
mental
come back.
breakdown.
Give her 3 minutes, she'll come back. It's usually because like her phone.
You guys heard the commercial, right? The TDS AI Trump.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's clearly
You think
a
he's on like cocaine or something, or?
Yeah, I guess.
I think
that's
Adderall.
I think it's a cocktail of pharmaceutical pills. It's not just one. That's the sign of an upper and a downer at the same.
Drinking
Well,
and
if
like
she has
Adderall or,
ADHD, I do not. So if that's what ADHD is, I don't have ADHD.
No,
It's like
but
her
someone
heart
that's
racing
that takes.
I'm in Tel Aviv.
He was stressing me out. I could hear what she said.
First came in, it sounded like she just woke up. And I was like, dude,
Oh,
It
really?
is so
well,
funny.
like John was saying, her voice was cracking, and it was very hard to listen to. But then it started smoothing out as much as it can smooth out. But it was rough when she first. I was like, dude, did you just wake up?
She was groggy for like 15 seconds, and then it turned on, like boom.
Instantly? Okay.
Yeah.
You know how like when BB comes on when she first wakes up and that's like the glimpse that we get of her like being sober? Was it like that? No, he's probably in another room.
I got banned on TikTok.
You didn't? Well, it's honestly though, because it's easy to like everyone gets banned. I usually get suspended and I haven't gotten banned, but everyone gets banned.
But I got banned on TikTok Live for just 3 days.
Yeah. It always happens that way, and it's just for people like mass reporting it or the algorithm picks it up. But you appeal it and you get your account back.
What would you be banned though? What did you say something?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even take honestly be around what she did, but it does not. Literally, you have to use code language on TikTok.
I mean, I could call Michaela nigger.
Okay, so like you can't say that. You can't say COVID-19. You have to say C-19. You can't say like assassinate, or you have to say unalive. You can't say.
And I think when I said retarded.
You can't say.
Really?
Yeah.
And you can't say retarded either.
You can't say retarded. You can't say faggot. You can't say. I mean, there's like code language for everything. You can't say anything.
You can't say faggot? Now we know why you got kicked out.
It's bad, but they don't IP ban you, so like that's good. Yeah, they don't IP ban like Clubhouse does.
But Wallace, so you are familiar with the elevator scene?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
did
movie.
see it.
It's a movie, don't believe it.
Someone shared it, so I
It's
asked.
not real, it's an AI.
Yeah, it's not really her. It was some person I disagree with her on the war.
You're like Kitover.
We tried to consult with Princessia. I talked to my handlers in Tel Aviv, and they said this girl could become a success. Let's see if she wants to create more content. But this chick is so lazy that we could never get her to fucking do anything, and she's a waste of time, waste of space.
Well, you got me banned, Kitover. Kitover couldn't even come on live.
I didn't get you banned. What are you talking about? The TikTok algorithm is so sensitive, as Anja said. If you say certain words or if there's any talk of Israel, the account is immediately deactivated, and it's just so overly sensitive. Even YouTube it's like all my accounts are on their second guideline strikes, and Rich. I don't know if you guys know Rich in that room. I'm sure he looks at my YouTube and then he starts saying D to the M, and all this homicidal stuff.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's another
so
thing.
yeah,
So,
he gets my shit fucked.
Honestly, it was
you're
my
held
favorite.
accountable for what your speakers say too.
Oh
So,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
even if you don't.
But you know what? You know what else? Micaiah will be on my live just smoking his weed.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't drink anything. But like, literally, if someone says anything else, like
I made $12 though.
Yeah, you can make money on there for sure. For sure, but you know that they take 40% of whatever your gifts are.
Oh really?
Yeah, isn't that a lot?
Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of.
What's up with your? Do you still do TikTok live, Ann? Because when I saw you, you had like a big following or something happening.
Yeah, no, it was just.
And you should get on TikTok live with me then.
I do, like, I used to always do lives, and then, they kept getting shut down. Like, I never got banned, but they would get shut down, and then it was frustrating, so, like, it restarted, and then I would kill it, and then it really just got frustrating. And you get gifted in your life, and then shut down. It's like, even if you didn't really say if you're like, it's take like picture gifts. And I was like, yeah. So, I stopped doing it, but I do go, like, live for other people,
What's your TikTok?
Service and, yeah, service and whatever. I have 11.
Oh nice.
Yeah, but now, people live, so, you know.
But I've met a lot of cool people.
Yeah, so, they're, here now. Like,
I just go to have fun. I don't meet anybody. I just go to like dance and dummy.
yeah, no, everything it's just crazy how people like wildlife. They just go on there for like dance or something on there. You know, like how people make like thousands of dollars doing like
Yeah, and what's it called? There's children on there because I had it on auto where anybody can come on. And little kids were really on. I was like, oh my god, and they were
over 945.
so it is 18 and over.
No, I realize I don't have to
Okay, I can't find it.
and if I go to other lines and there's something here, like in there, there's a child testing that goes on. Yeah, and I.
So it's not just 18 because they can film.
Yeah, so like it technically like it says they're covered, but they don't do like they don't do face recognition or anything, so kids just sign up and let us put different words there.
And it's confusing. It's not simple and streamlined like Clubhouse.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to it, and if you download TikTok Studio, it's like a lot to go through. Like
I have it, but I have to be because I wanted to go on my laptop instead of my phone, even though my phone's better quality. But I don't have to get you on for TikTok Yeah, we have like 444, but I got like that in the few days that I've been online.
I think you should do that. To be honest, I think that's what I thought it was 1,000. People buy it. I don't buy it. People do that, especially if they stand on time and it's 1,000.
I mean, if they pay me, I'll just like get over it. I don't feel like it's going to hide anything. I wanted to normalize my scars, so I made all this really so I followed you. Mine is I don't want to TikTok. Because when I first made TikTok, it was really strange. Oh yeah, you can't say that.
I can't say genocide. Well, I've been saying genocide. Every word that I say on Clubhouse, I say Hamas. Apparently, they say the H word. But like, if I'm not getting strikes and I say the words, is that fine? Or will it automatic? Because I didn't get any ban like that. Excuse me. I didn't get any ban for saying Hamas. I didn't get any ban for saying genocide.
Which I don't know. Because they took like the TikTok that like your voice is clearly things are disabled. May not even that you would be there like recording you with TikTok like certain things where they're out with certain words. Also people when I was hearing the comments they were talking about so like I don't think the words like they're like those words that I don't know like they're automatically blocked but some comments all like the so like I don't know about that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be good when I get back when I just remember not to be back. I'm going to. I'm just gonna be nice.
That being nice, some people will still like whatever, like your card. So like and that goes to like personal.
I believe it's Kiki. Do you love me?
Like some people like get try to do stuff wrong.
That's not bad.
Bio.
Michael Jackson.
There's a lot of there's
Jasmine was on my live too.
I don't usually I have like TikTok and
Clubhouse separated.
So like
Well, my girl Olivia, she advertised it on Clubhouse.
really?
And Brock and I, you know who Brock is?
Yeah.
We were dancing on TikTok yesterday.
Really?
It was so much fun. We were having a dance off. And then the boys from Clubhouse started fighting, and it was like, oh my god, you all are so annoying. You can't just have fun. Mikhail and Brock, they just started fighting.
Really?
Yeah.
That's lame.
Mikhail is done. I'm done with him though.
I like Mikhail.
Well, you should come and talk to him on TikTok.
Yeah, he hasn't been on here.
Yeah, he's only on TikTok now, but I think he got banned too. Have you talked to Diego?
Who?
Diego?
He was the last time he was on here, I would say, maybe a little bit over a month ago.
Oh, okay.
He said he's like really busy, and I don't know what that means, but
yeah, usually he would get busy.
So I don't know. And then before that, he hadn't been on for like 2 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
I texted him your TikTok and he said, "What is she on? OnlyFans?"
Well, that's what I keep getting. That's what I keep getting.
Well, if you
for sexual exploitation.
if you were on OnlyFans, I'm sure Diego would be your number one customer. You could probably book that fucking loser for 20 grand,
like, okay,
50 grand
I was
probably.
right. I'm just having fun. Like, I'm just trying to be lighthearted.
Yeah, but who cares?
Slack
Just,
or
give
sexual exploitation.
Diego what he wants. Give Diego what he wants. He will give you all of his, money. He's retarded like that.
Be quiet. But it was fun.
And like I've even like because obviously I would host like political debates, and I would like show like because you're allowed to play like you can show like
Oh, this is unoriginal content. Yes, I walked away and the screen was on the TV, and I got a strike. I was like, what did I do?
Yeah. Or I'll say like, in my opinion, something, and then I'll get flagged for misinformation. I'm like, it's my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, very stupid.
Well, I'm glad that I'm not being a grifter like all these other stupid people.
There's a lot of them.
Well, do you know what Section 230 is?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever heard of the term Section 230?
Is that when you get hospitalized?
No, that's a 5150. A 230. The Section
I just
230.
just in my defense, when I went to California, I did not get 5150 because 5150 is a California term. But I
Oh,
did
really?
not get 5150.
Girl,
That is the only
arrested.
state. That is the only state. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't been to
Protected. People were saying you got arrested recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
who
it's
said
Target.
that?
Jacob is saying that.
Oh my god, he's so funny.
He's not funny. He is annoying.
No, he's funny because he's saying that.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a creep. And yeah.
I know, he was blocked. I unblocked him.
Same.
But I'll block him again.
Yeah, he's going around telling everyone that.
Now, Section 230 is that platforms can't be held legally liable for the content that appears on their platforms, supposedly.
Is it federal?
Well, I asked Greg to create 10 hypothetical legal theories on why I can sue Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook for violating my freedom of speech and impeding a public interest in a registered mayoral candidate because my Instagram account was deleted. And that was many, many years of work. 1,500 posts, lots of research, lots of artistic work that went into a lot of the creatives. So when they censor a political candidate, particularly a U.S. military veteran, an Army intelligence officer, when Zuckerberg can stop, credible people from voicing dissent, we do have a liberal, progressive, Democrat industrial complex because if little old John Kitover can't run for mayor, but the entire month of June, the trans movement and communism can get shoved down my fucking throat, well, eventually we're going to have a conflict of interest. Hello?
I'm sorry, I've become a girl again and I zone out when people talk about topics that aren't just fun. So, cool. What's up, Beaver? Are you ready for basketball season to start?
Yeah, this is our last. Our coach has gone all out with spending.
Really? Who's your coach now?
Barnes.
From what's
He came from
Barnes?
Texas.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Like the skinny guy?
He's old. Yeah, he's kind of skinny. Are you happy with Pope? I think they want him out, don't they? They hate him.
I mean, I'm a loyal girl, so I'm always like loving our coach, except for Billy G and Tubby Smith. I used to like have a campaign with my brother and his friend to get him out when we were kids. But I saw Tubby recently, and he's been cool. You remember Tubby, right?
Yeah, Tubby Smith.
Yeah.
Saul Smith.
Yeah. But I miss Coach Cal. Like, I can't believe Tyson Chicken took him out.
Yeah, but y'all could get, what's his name? Billy Donovan's on the market.
Really? He's leaving the
Or will
NBA? What's he doing in the NBA? Because we used to want Billy Donovan was so sexy to me.
Really? With that receding hairline, you still like
It's not receding. It's what's it called? What are they called? Yeah. He still has it. But yeah, he was so sexy to me when he was at Florida. I don't know how he looks like now. Where is he? Thunder?
He was with the Bulls, I think, and then he.
He's on the Bulls.
No, but now he got. I think he may have got hurt. He's still in an assistant role somewhere. I think he's probably waiting out the Kentucky job, maybe.
You know, it's funny. You know, it's crazy when they go to the NBA and they come back to college. I don't know what it means when the coach can't make it at the NBA level, like Pitino.
Calipari didn't make it either. They don't. I guess
Calipari never went to the NBA.
He went to the. Let me check.
No, that's Pitino, buddy.
Well, I think they both did. Hold on a second.
No, I'll bet you. How much you want to bet? I'll put money on it.
Oh, it was the Nets, not the.
Oh, well, I knew for sure he didn't go to the Celtics, but he went to the Brooklyn Nets? No, he didn't.
Yeah, for 3 years.
Really? Before Kentucky?
Yeah. He was at UMass. Then he went to the Nets. Then he went to Memphis. Then he went to Kentucky. And then he's at Arkansas. I know too much about sports. It's not good.
No, I just miss Coach Cal. Okay, to answer your question about Pope, I haven't been paying attention to basketball as much as I love. But did you watch? Have I talked to you since the tournament?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my God! Did you see what happened when we got? I was recording when it happened. We hit a three, and I think we went into overtime, and we shouldn't have hit it.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Oh my God, that was the it was pure bliss. I think I recorded it and posted it on my social media, but I deactivated it. But I hope Pope stays just because, you know, he's one of us, you know. God bless the Mormons.
Yeah, but if you hold on to a coach just because they're a former player, it never works out. I mean, you can do better than Mark Pope. You're like the number one job, or you used to be anyway. You could probably get anybody.
Yeah, I mean, if we get Coach, I just hate that we pushed out Coach Cal, but it is what it is.
I mean, he really wasn't that good of a coach. He was a great recruiter, decent coach.
I'll take Billy Donovan.
If you get Billy Donovan, you guys are set. I guess NBA players don't listen. In college, you can pretty much, well, now I don't know if since they get paid, but in college, you used to be able to, if you own the player, you could bitch them out, tell them it's my way or the highway. In the NBA, you can't do it.
I mean, I hadn't watched the Knicks, like, shout out to them winning, but, or the playoffs in general, like, I barely watched anything. But NBA style basketball is not the same as, like, college basketball. Do you remember the Patino press? Like, imagine them pressing long, like, full court in the NBA. I've never seen that.
They don't, no, there's no way they would ever go for that.
Yeah, so I just think it's a different style. They're just more talented. They're not as hardworking. The thing that I do like about Mark Pope is he brought our white boy era back. Like the Travis Fords, the Scott Pagets.
Good luck winning with white boys.
What do you mean? That's how we won in the 90s.
No, you had Mashburn and Mercer.
Yeah, but we had, like I said, Travis Ford, 1994 probably. Scott Paget, probably 1917.
Yeah,
We didn't win 94, but like I'm saying, we had like the eras of just pure bliss and magic.
But you had the dude. You had Delk and McCarty and Rutgers. You had all these black dudes.
But we always had our token white boys.
You did. That is true. You had a few white boys out there.
Like, what white boys did we have with Calipari?
His son. I'm just kidding.
Like, we didn't have any white boys.
You had Patrick Spark. No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
you didn't really have anybody with him. That's true.
We had Joe Hero. Not Joe Hero. Sorry, what's the other guy? Hero. Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero. Joe Hero's on top.
I was looking at it.
The problem with sometimes your names, it's all they have in there.
Yeah, it's our religion.
And if they don't win, and they bitch out the coach, and it's too much pressure, and the coach gets fed up.
I literally was the student athletic council and I was front row seats every season. I used to set up the games. I used to sit on the bench. Get times.
I think Joe's a Bama fan, but I could be wrong.
They were like, but college though. He doesn't like but you watch college football, right? So you're Michigan. I like football. Are you Michigan State or Michigan? I don't know much about like what are